I think it's still good morning. It's been a while. Happy New Year. Here we are again. Now, there's things in my head over the last few weeks of trying to put everything together. And as always, right. So this morning, I've got a few things to do. I need to check my emails. I need to do a few emails. I need to catch up with stuff, and I need to try and do it without getting anxious. On top of already feeling like shit at the moment. I'm on antibiotics and Lemsips and all that stuff to something that I've got. Meanwhile, I'm staying indoors, so I missed the North Walsham Town Council meeting last night to do with finance. It was the finance meeting last night. I've gone to my paperwork, which I thought was in my case. I've obviously moved it, and it being Christmas, it's like, oh. But I need to pull a few things together. I might not do that now. I might do that as the week go on while I'm thinking of it. Christmas. Did everyone have a good Christmas? I hope everybody had a good Christmas. Yeah. It was a nice quiet one for us. We had already celebrated Christmas at the beginning of the month with our near and dear close friends. So that was nice. So we've actually had 2 Christmas dinners, which was pretty cool. Hello, Jinx. And then obviously Christmas Day, the in-laws, kids. That was nice. And it turns out that me and my wife are grandparents to a kitten. So I'm quite chuffed there. Met the little thing the other day. Very cute, very adorable, but then they always are when they're kittens, aren't they? Close your ears, Jinx. Okay, what else? So yeah, that's where we're up to. New build over on Station Road hasn't started yet. I'm keeping my eye on that one. It also got brought to my attention yesterday about grip boxes, because North Walsham has been hit with snow and a lot of ice now. So it came to attention yesterday from a few businesses from the North Walsham Business Association. Need to probably follow that up, because when Has came in and did North Walsham's pavement and all the other little bits and bobs. Oh, I'll come to that message in a minute. What was I up to? What was I up to? Yes, the mapping, I think, of the grip boxes in and around town. There's 3, and Has, and because of Has spending all that money on these paving slabs that keep getting damaged every time that there's a new infrastructure issue to do with electricity or gas or water. These lovely expensive pavement slabs keep getting damaged, and they're not getting replaced as the same ones, because if they get damaged, the company then has to replace them, but they're going for a cheaper option that isn't actually matching up. This is what I've been told by a councillor. I would like to see the difference. I've not, but then it also comes to show that how come they could get them cheaper than what the Has project did, even in 2025, because it's now 2026. So yeah, I'm grumbling about that. I'm also been grumbling about the grant that we did for the Christmas lights. I went into it blindly, and what I do need to show, bear with me, what I do need to show is a couple of emails. I'll try not to cough and grog too much. I have not looked at my emails the last week or two, and I have 944. So right, let's not get sidetracked. Let's go to the first email that I would like to get to. Give me is it that one? There are, I'm not sure about anybody else, but since coming back to Microsoft with laptop, I'm finding that you can't own anything like you used to. I have to use OneCloud, whatever it's called, to put attachments on emails. And it's like, I just want to put attachments on emails. That's what we used to do. Why is that changing? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Is it this one? Yay! Look at that. Look, I found it. Okay, this is good. This is good. I am just going to screen share. Got the wrong way. Yay! Okay. Okay, can you see this? Do I need to get out of the way? Does that help? Okay, this is the email, just to clarify for everybody in the Business Association. With what? I'm just trying to find. There we go. Okay, you still with me, guys? You're still with me. So yeah, when we applied for the 750, and this is what we got. At the Finance Committee of North Walsham Town Council, the 4th of November 2025, it was agreed that North Walsham Business Association to receive a grant for £750 to go towards Christmas lights and entertainment for the Christmas light switch on. That's as basic as it was, because as you can tell, being the beginning of November, we had to get speed on, because I think we only opened, when was our first AGM? It might have even been October. Come to think of it. We do need to arrange another one. That we do. Also, just bear with me. It might be a good idea that I share this to the group so they can keep up to date with share, copy link, and we'll pop it into there. Okay, I've just shared that into the WhatsApp group. So yeah, this is what was sent to me. So the use of funds provided must be spent solely on the limit, the items or projects specific in your applications. Well, it was Christmas lights and entertainment, because we were going into it quite blindly. Any deviation from use must be approved in advance by North Walsham Town Council. The town clerk, through the group chat, when we were getting down to a little bit of nitty gritty, she was putting her thumbs up, and there was one or two things that was discussed in office. But the lights must be kept on a register. Now, I know some of you are probably confused of why we need the lights back, and I know some of you have probably packed them up and away, but I probably could say I should have done this before then, but life, you know, guys. So here we are on the 7th of January, doing it now because we are learning, and because I missed last night's finance meeting. Because there was a few questions that I'm deviating. There were a few questions to do with the £10,000 towards the King's Arms Street pavement. Why? 70,000 is coming from highways through sort of Penfold. So why is 10,000 being put towards that as well? I don't understand that. That's not what, I don't feel that's what that money should be used for when you've got highways. £9,000 given to North Walsham in Bloom. Okay. Since learning that they've also received a further 6,000 plus a few 500s in grants, plus donation of plants. I'm not sure where from. I'm guessing where from. And with one or two other grants that they also got. Oh, Community Shop gave them £1,600. So they're around the 18,000 to 20,000 mark of plants in North Walsham. Plus, don't forget that the beds are also paid for by the sponsors that are on them little things. They have to pay sponsor, so they're also paying into the pot of North Walsham in Bloom. So, you know, we're probably definitely hitting the 20,000 mark that I can just work out a year. I'm looking around North Walsham and I don't understand where £20,000 worth of plants, bushes. Don't know, you tell me. You tell me. Anyway, let's get back on track, shall we? So, the lights must be kept on register and returned to the Business Association when finished with. There was a few basements, a few cellars that we probably could have, because I've had a look at a few and some of the history of North Walsham, which is pretty awesome, that is underground. And for some reason, I don't know why we, from a tourist point of view, can't make that something to bring footfall in. You know, maybe it still can. I mean, where the stocks used to be, you know, that little green building, there must be stuff that we can do to bring in tourism for that, but let's not get sidetracked. Reporting requirements. You may be required to provide a project report detailing the impact of the grant. Is that what you would like me to do, Council? You'd like to put my words into writing? Additionally, we may request copies of the receipts, photographs and other relevant documentations, verifying that the funds were spent as agreed. We've only handed them in for receipt five receipts. The 2 Christmas lights, the Stilt Walker entertainment, and the insurance that we needed for the year, because I thought if the council, and this was spoken about to the clerk, that if she did, and she said that she would do it as a favour, but it didn't happen. that she would do the risk assessment, and we could probably get the insurance under the council, because the council is part and parcel of this, with the money and with the advertising of it all. You know, why not? It's just the insurance companies keep getting. I mean, do you know the amount of insurance companies on that day that was being paid for? It's ridiculous. The amount of money. And the high-vis jackets. So this documentation should be submitted within the time frame specified by us. None of that has actually been specified. I'm not aware, nobody has said anything, because they have been in pretty much contact with us throughout. They have known every step of what we are doing, the office staff. So that, I feel, we are covered. Please note that any documentation you provide may be for promotional purposes. Yeah, we knew that. The return of funds. This is not the one that what date is this? Because this is not the conditions that we were sent. Can you see a date on that, anybody? There was definitely a set of conditions that was sent. I'll find it afterwards. I just don't remember reading or seeing this one. Oh, hang on, let's just check the date at the top. Oh, no, there's no date at the top, is there? Should any of the following occur, the grant funds may need to be returned, or the grant may be recalled. The information requests, report, receipts, photographs, etc. is not provided as specified. We've not had any issues there. The funds are not fully spent or are not used in accordance with the conditions of this grant. Is this not the conditions of the grant? By the use of funds, reporting requirements, return of funds. Maybe this is the condition of the grant, isn't it? So now the funds are not fully spent or not used in accordance. No, hang on. Should the following occur, the grant funds may need to be returned. They never gave us the 750. Now, I thought, and we all thought, that once we got accepted for the 750, that would then be put into the bank account, which is why we were pressured in getting the bank account open. And it took us 5 weeks with a few phone calls being made. I had to step away from that one. But between Liz and Terry, we got it sorted. 5 weeks later, we thought the 750 would then go in, because we could then go out and get the Christmas lights, because we'd have the money. No. Just check. It's okay. My wife, just let her know that all is good. So, and done. Where are we up to? So we didn't get the £750. So it was then kind of suggested that we open an account at North Washington Garden Centre, which we did, and we went and got what we thought was 500 quid's worth with a great discount, 500 quid's worth. By the time the bill came through by Ben, we realised that we could have actually got a lot more lights, because how that all worked out, we didn't get enough lights. We hadn't spent enough. So rather than lose the whole 500, we went out and made up to 500, which gave us, I think, another 8-9 boxes of lights. We didn't quite know what to do with them this year, and we kind of just said, well, leave them for next year. So we did. The shop the Heart and Soul Emporium, the basement, we will try and sort out a cupboard where all these lights can go. So they're stored. I've got the register. I still have to go around and collect them all, but I'm just not very well at the moment. So if you guys want to go over and drop them off at the shop, there was a sticker on each box with your name on it. If you can just make sure the sticker is still on there with your shop name, please drop them off at the shop and we can start ticking off the register. That would be a great help. Otherwise, just keep them under your desk, and probably, if not this week, certainly next week, I will be coming around and collecting them. Okay. So get back to this. So yeah, we didn't have the 750. So through the account, we were able to purchase these lights because we didn't have any money to purchase these lights. And because we booked the entertainment, we'd booked it. We didn't have to put a down payment, and it was agreed that we'd pay them afterwards because, as we were then learning as well, that the money's not coming into our account. So the whole push for us to get this accountant to believe that this money was going to come in wasn't the fact. And we probably could have started shopping weeks beforehand for these Christmas lights and got many more of the same because they would have been in stock. And we had to keep producing receipts. Well, that limits us to what we can do. Because we haven't got the money. So that also meant that we needed insurance to hold the event in precinct with a few of the stalls, which we're hoping to kind of grow. So the precinct and Market Street can also be involved with Marketplace. So Christmas can be much bigger and involves all the shops, not just one road, you know. That's the start, because we've also got Munsley Road and Vicarage. So yeah, we'll get there. Let me just take a bit of a drink. Hang on. Acknowledgement and promotion. To recognise North Walsham Town Council as a supporter of your project, we request that, where appropriate, you display our logo on project material or on project sites. They did the posters. They put our names on and their names on. I thought that was a nice gesture because we didn't have the money to do that sort of poster, and the council did it. So we can take that one with their help. You see, they were helpful where they could be. The staff, the council staff, I felt was helpful where they could be. But when it kept coming down to policies, they weren't working for anyone. And I think they understood that. But they have to work and be professional and stick by their policies, even though they are shit. But anyway, display our logo and project materials at project sites. They did. Thank you very much. Number 2, mention North Walsham Town Council in newsletters, press releases, or other communications. Yeah, even on the photo, even with the Just Regional magazine photographer, I took some pictures and we put it up on to our Facebook page, because that is all what we have. We don't have anything else. We just have a Facebook page. So that's where we met with that. I did get told off that shouldn't have gone on so quickly, because Just Regional magazine should have had the scope, or had, I don't know, but as far as I could see, it was bollocks. But I recorded it. Shoe off the evening, because it was also calling over to Joe and getting the pantomime involved and highlighted I felt, you know, the shops, getting some really nice pictures of the shops, which is meant to come out this month. I've heard rumours in the Just magazine this month, but we shall see. Because we're trying to make North Walsham pretty. I mean, it is pretty, but we're just, you know, love North Walsham, which comes back to Joseph's thing on. Have we finished with this? I think we finished with this. We've all read and kind of said official. Yeah, so that's. I still need to find the other email because there was definitely another email, but just bear with me on that one. Right, let me just find and just promote this for a second. Just bear with me. Right, that's about the oh yeah, in the end, I'll just quickly say that in the end, there's a grip box by the map just at the end of by the Broad Shop on the slope. But be careful on that slope. I don't know what it is like out there at the moment. Yeah, that was a public map. So I'm just trying to find Joe's link. Wow. Really is quite, it's amazing when you've got 60 businesses all in the one group, all trying to brainstorm and work together of ideas of loving North Walsham, really. I think Joe's onto something there. Right. Oh no, that's not the one. Hang on, a little bit further. Oh, Joe, when did you post it, mate? Oh, okay, it's just under the site rules. Can I go back? Where's the link? Okay, we're on it. we are on it. And it's took me to we'll copy. Right. If this works, I'll be able to share this page with you all and talk about it. Screen. Okay. Is it good to go? Yes, look at that. Whoop, whoop. Right. Love North Walsham Festival from the 5th to the 22nd of Feb 2026. That is next month. So we've got probably the best part of 4 weeks, right to the deadline as well, as usual, to try and arrange stuff. Now, Joe has sent this out to the group. I quite like the idea. Let's see what so join us for the first ever Love North Walsham Festival. This February, we're celebrating everything we love about North Walsham, our town, our local stories, our folklore, and the people and places that make it special. Okay. The Love North Walsham Festival is more than an event. It's a movement to show our town some love. We'll be running a vibrant social media campaign spotlighting local businesses, community groups, and hidden gems. It's the perfect way to kickstart the year with positivity and community spirit. I remember, it's me, Poppy, it's me. Excuse me a second. By joining in, you will help. Got two sounds going on. One, Spock drinking, and two, the fighter jets. Is anybody else aware of the news? Is anybody else not concerned? Anyway, not allowed to talk about that. Let's talk about this. Okay, by joining in, you'll help shine a light on North Walsham and support the town in multiple ways. Town centre businesses attract more visitors, increase footfall, and boost trade. Residents enjoy the fun, reasons to explore the town centre and take pride in your community. I see what you did there. Visitors discover North Walsham and everything it has to offer. Everyone help promote and celebrate our town, profiling local businesses and community groups in a way that lasts beyond the festival. I think this is a council-led thing here, isn't it, Joseph? I heard that this was happening through the grapevine. Just that new stages are taking it further. Whether you're a business, a community group, a resident, there's a place for you in the Love North Walsham Festival. Join us, show us your love, and help make this festival truly for North Walsham. Check out the events already listed in our WhatsApp page here. Events already planned include We Love the 70s night with the Glamtastics, local makers and craft market, social media campaign, Valentine's Day themed event, photographic project celebrating Love Local. Would you like to? Is that it? I'm guessing, I don't mean is that it derogatory. I just mean we've got 4 weeks left, and this now comes to the attention of the Business Association. Help with the events and activities taking place, or help promote the festival with brochures and posters and social media. That's what we are trying to push in the Business Association. So, you know, you're on a good thing there. As a business, link up with the festival to promote a certain offer, deal, campaign, or initiative. Perhaps you could celebrate what your local offer is. Wow, businesses, you've got to get your hats on there and think. How does a dog shop, pet shop get involved in this? How does a beauty salon? How does a hairdresser's? How fast food, pizza place, Chinese place, Indian place? How can we do that? How can we do that? Getting back to the third wheel of well, as a volunteer, I volunteer photography. I go figure. So when it comes to certain things that are happening in town, I will do the pictures. I will quite happily take the pictures. I think I've had a couple of pictures on the front page of one of the regional magazines. a couple of times. So that's, you know, don't get paid for it. I do it voluntarily because it's what you do in the community, isn't it? As a business, I don't actually have a business, although I have started to make hats, which are on sale at the shop. I mean, I'm not making any money off this yet because I'm about 48, 49 subscribers away from being monetized. And then I can start making a few pennies, I suppose. That would be nice. Make it feel worthwhile. Then I can save up and buy a drone because that is the big thing. I would also like to buy better equipment, but we'll see. Let's not digress into other areas. Okay, as a community group or school, you could theme an activity and share what you have done, organize an event for the community. Community or school. Okay. Complete the online form using the button below. We will look forward to hearing from you. Deadline for signing up is 14th of the 1st, 26. Why? Right, I'm just going to have a quick look at the sign up form. They just want your name, address, age, phone number, how you hear about us. Oh my. Good. Oh, good. You can see this. Okay, just a couple of boxes to fill out. So to tick, to confirm, so we're not signing up to a policy, we're not signing up to all that shit. So this is just participant. Okay. Right, so that is it. We need to start thinking how we can do that from a business point of view. We need to probably all get together from Postles all the way through to the foot shop, boot shop, shoe shop, all the way down to, well, everyone. I was going to say down to the booty place on Munsley Road, but that is soon to be closing and made into 2 residential areas, I do believe. Right. We are now going to move on to WhatsApp messages. So we've talked about the Love North Walsham. Great. We need to get it out there with everybody to love North Walsham and with businesses. I mean, for a start, when I am out with my camera, I do notice the buildings quite a lot. Their age, their design, their chimneys, their gable ends, their windows. I know of the oldest place in North Walsham with still the original beams. I think we should try and keep a lot of what is original in North Walsham. And that also includes King Street, King's Arms Street. I don't think this smooth pavement is worth the money. I do need to make a couple of emails to find out about the near misses and accidents when it comes to the amount, to see if it's justified. Because at the moment, if Seoul is putting up 70,000 of in Norfolk CC to do with the highways, and the council has put in 10 grand towards it. That's that. We're looking at 80 grand. We are looking at £80,000 to change a bit of pathway that doesn't extend the whole of that road, only a section of that road, which means it's going to chicane a little bit more for the big trucks that go down there, the buses that go down there, that when it comes to delivery vans, it's going to be havoc. And probably a lot of the delivery vans will end up parking on that pavement. So 80 grand for something like that. And I know last month at council, somebody was like, oh yes, but you know, the near misses when you're down there with a wheelchair. I know, I've seen things down there. But because we all know what that road is like, we all slow down. That I have not heard and not seen any near misses on that road. So why are we implementing 80 grand on a small pathway that is going to cause all these issues? It's going to give a lot of drivers probably a false sense of security, thinking that they can get through, that actually it might increase a lot of the near misses and it might increase accidents. So I'm weighing up, and I don't get it. So if we're going to love North Walsham, let's keep King Arm Street the same, because there's a lot of lovely buildings down there as well as people living in them. But there's a lot of lovely buildings. Did you know that the actual place where the support centre, what's that called? My brain's gone fuzzy. It's gone. But if you look down there, you can see on some of the buildings that are written, one, what their age are, and two, actually what the buildings used to be. Oh, yeah. Okay. I am becoming very aware that I've just got a message that my family member is just going to turn up out the blue in a minute. So the dogs might go nuts. I will put it on mute, and I will keep things running. I might even find a nice little song to put on. So when that happens, it might happen quickly. Where else are we up to? Now, I'm wondering if I can, let's see if I can minimize. Just give me a second, because no, that's not going to do it. Right, just give me a sec. I'm just going to see if I can. Yes, I had a great. Good. I'm glad you had a naked tarot. I'm glad you had a good Christmas there, Tim. Right, let's get rid of this one. And let's see if this works. Yeah, I think it's just going to share too much information. I can't seem to close that screen any smaller. Which is new group, selected chats, app, selected chats. Bear with me. Oh, that's not what. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing here. Right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that. I'm not going to share that. I'm not going to share that screen. Not yet. Right. I've just now got another message from my sister. Right. Before I go on to a just hit that one. Right, what we're going to do is this. And it should work. And it doesn't matter if
Concentrate fire on the target. Enemy battleship sunk. Enemy battleship detected. Enemy submarine spotted. Attention, reporting the target position. Enemy heavily damaged. Enemy battleship detected. Enemy battleship foundered.
hello, I'm back. Yep. Right. What do you think of that? Hey? I think I might have to so I was a little bit longer because they've now turned up. So I had to wave at them from a distance. So I didn't give them the lurg. Right, where are we up to? No idea, but this is where I'm going to start off. The North Walsham Business Association, that we got together for all the business to talk and to all work towards the same goal, which is promoting North Walsham, joining up with Love North Walsham. Because I do, and I know I do, I criticise things. When I see things that are absolute shit, I criticise them. I ask questions. I think if more people asked questions and waited for the answer, I think the world would be in a better place. But yeah, I think this could work, and we need to keep it running with ideas, because it would be great, wouldn't it? And it would be great for the businesses. We also have Pride. We're also talking about Pride within the group. We started talking about that because what month is Pride? I mean, I've been to many Prides all over the world, and they're all at different dates on different times of the months. You know, we've got World Pride. There's so many dates and flags for different things throughout the 365 days of the year. And it would be great to start purchasing more flags to hang out, because the butchers in town, you know, they've got a flagpole above their butchers. You know, it'd be great to change that flag every now and again, of bringing it into purpose. And because council spent £5,000 on the lights, you know, the lights in the clock, bandstand, the clock, the you know, the North Walsham famous, 1,000-year-old clock tower. There was all them lights put in, so then they reflect, and they can all be changed by colour. The town clerk has an app where she can change the colours so it works with whatever is going on, and that would be nice to, you know, bring the flags and do all that. That might work, especially with the ongoing of loving North Walsham. But you see, like this morning, I have received a message from a shop that is doing their own brochures or leaflets. And this was talked about a few weeks ago in group. And all I ask for all the prints and everything else, a bit like what the town council wants, you know, just their name to be attached to it. And why not? So it is, you know, bringing in the North Walsham Town Council logo. It's bringing in, you know, the North Walsham Business Association, because if it wasn't for the North Walsham Business Association, these over 60 businesses won't be talking, and we won't be where we are now. And we can get stronger with doing that. But there has been once or twice or a few times that a few of us, I'm not going to name names, have noticed that things are being ignored and taken, and it's just like we need to keep as a group, and we need to keep strong, because otherwise anyone can just run away with the business list and do what they want. So therefore, why do we need a business association? Why am I bothering with this? Why is Liz? Why is Terry? I mean, Models and Minis shop has closed down. I've not been there yet because I've not actually been out yet. So, I mean, we're having to now change the address of the bank account. It does put me in two minds going for another grant, because it turns out that a lot of the grants, with what Lucy Shire was talking about when I was talking to her on the street the other week, I started watching that again last night. I think I got up to 37 minutes, and I thought it was then kind of over, and she gets talking again. That's quite an insightful thing. I would, I could watch that with you guys. We could watch it together, because I also noticed last night there's a few comments that she made that when I've approached her when she's been out with her son, no, that's not happened. There's just little things that just need to be clarified. And when I'm on the spot and my brain is going 1,000 miles an hour of different questions of, it's a lot to retain and a lot to fight for, because it's all about a movement, isn't it, of what direction it goes in. And people want to understand where you're coming from, want to understand what politics side you're on, and want to understand what sort of person you are. And then I'm just me. So when I was talking to her and getting a lot of things out, I was trying to not get into the personal side of things, because there was one or two things that she was right with saying. But again, it's when I've been out, especially with the A149. There's a few times where she is walking past as I'm recording whatever the A149 is happening or building or laying or drilling or whatever. And she stopped and had a quick chat. Outside of those times, no. I've seen her a few times. I've seen a lot of councillors, you know, in and about. I see Cyril Penfield passing. I see our MP passing. But there's a time and a place, and to know the time and the place where I believe that they're approachable. And I think on the street, outside of what seems to be a Liberal Democrat charity, because they all Liberal Democrats, by the way. Hello. That there's also another councillor who I shall not name that herself has had issues with getting grants and other shops being able to get grants, because like this grant that we got off of the North Walsham Town Council. Excuse me a minute. Out you go then. That it seems to be that you have the money up front to be able to do what is needed for the grant. Then you apply with your receipts to get the money back. You don't get the money up front. That has changed. That has completely changed, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work for small businesses because they haven't got the money to do that. If it wasn't for the account at North Walsham Garden Centre and with the entertainment, we wouldn't have been able to have done what we did. There's no way we would have been able to have found the money to do what we're doing, considering we're all doing it voluntary, for the footfall, to then give them the receipts for the money to come back. That wouldn't have worked. So this whole you do it first and then we'll give you the grant money is ridiculous. And people know this, but yet there is one building that is sitting on, actually that's what we need to look at, see if they've updated their finance report. I'm just going to look for that while there's one group that can keep accessing all of these grants because they're sitting on a lot of money for building purposes. Bear with me. And what we need to find is the government web page. Right. Here we are. Let me share this page. Because the last finance report, they were sitting on about 190,000. 190,000 pound. And yet the little short that I managed to clip last night that made it go, hang on there a minute. £10 for one person, but you have to pay £2.50 to be a member to access the £10 to their food store. So it's not a food bank. They don't provide a food bank there. They provide teas, coffees. Well, I've been in there. I've recorded. If you find the video, I've recorded of what is in each cabinet. And I think there's 4 cabinets. So yeah, check that out. Right. Let's see if I'm on the right page. Now, they have already changed their address to St Nicholas Court, North Walsham. They've already changed their address. They were able to change their address, but their charity report is still 67 days late. Okay, their financial history. Okay, so they, on paper, are sitting on top of that amount. Income from government grants, £111,000. Total gross income, £122,000. And I have been told that there is a lot more. But we are waiting with bated breath on this. Yeah, you see, they were late. They were late for that year as well. Let's see if they can break their 86-day record. 86-day record. And we are now currently up to 67. I've had some information come through from a couple of people, and it's not sounding good. And I don't want to go into that detail as yet. It is public interest. It is of public interest, and I will be going into it. But I am currently just sitting on it because I am waiting for this report. Because if it's true, then I will see it for myself. So day 67, this is where we are up to. The other thing the councillor also said was, are you just doing us or are you checking everybody else's? I have checked everybody else's. This was last year. So let's just check it again. Because I would have thought they have right, bear with me. I am trying to find the charity of, what we'll do is I will share you this screen. There you go. Now, that's all right, pups. Right. A bit behind, aren't they? Grants given in 2023, £27,000. They're not updated. Can anybody see what Heritage Centre? So £50 there, £50 there, £250 there. But yet you gave £27,000 away. Was that the year that 20,000 went to the Phoenix Group to do with the recording studio? That if you listen to what she says on the street the other week in the recording, that is staying there. So public can still have access, supposedly, to those rooms. I've asked on 2 occasions, actually 3 occasions. One was written to another councillor for me to go into the studio and see it. It's still not happened. Is it even there? Who knows? Right, what they want, what they don't want. Right, let's see if we can find the charity commission, because that's what they are. Let's see if we can find. Do they do just giving as well? Hang on a second. Right, can you guys see this? Essential cookies. So they have a Just Giving page as well. That £10 5 years ago. Okay, so that clearly isn't running anymore. So that's not a bad thing. Right, I'm having issues trying to find, which is odd. Let's see if that works. Okay. Here we go. Right. Let me just quickly share you this screen. Are we all good? Yay. Okay. Let's just bring that down. You see, charity report is up to date. It's all on time. Total income, 73,000. Total expenditure, 62. 7 trustees, 28 volunteers. Okay, let's have a look. Look at that, look, on time, on time, on time, year after year after year, on time. Nice. Let's just check this one as well. So they have definitely been going up in the income, so that's good. That is very good. It means more people are donating to them. Total expenditure, they've definitely got better, haven't they? They seem to sit on, what do you think averagely? Sitting on about 10 grand. I suppose that helps towards what we got here. Income from government grants. In 2021, they got given £22,000. What was that for, I wonder? Let's find out. 2021. Right, I'm not quite sure whether or not you're following me on this, so I'm just going to quickly... Come on, come with me. Is it that one? Is it that one? Is it that one? Right, I think it's that page. Okay, so we have blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Excuse me a second. I know exactly what it is that I'm looking for. Well, where I need to find it. Okay. To the F31st, it might... Would it show up in this or would it show up in the year after? That's the question you've got. Right, so current assets, 26. So this was before? Audio-visual display equipment. $15 grants were awarded during the year, totaling 14,000. The audio-visual display equipment, do you think it's that piece of equipment that has been sitting in the office for the last 5 years because of a piece is missing? And it was going to be put outside the Phoenix Group, you know, where the bank is. Probably just a good job it hasn't really, isn't it? Because that would be kind of stuck. So that's just sitting in the office, waste of money, waste of space. Right, so there's nothing shows there. Right, let's just check this one. Just bear with me briefly. Let's just click out of that one and click into this one. Okay, you're still with me. You're still with me. That's good. Sorry, just one of those names jumped out at me, and I was like, See, look. 20,100 North Walsham Phoenix Group for creation of a recording music studio in the Phoenix building vault. They also gave 4,000 towards the skate park. Anonymous individual, 305. Is that how it comes across? Is it anonymous individual? So will I see in this year's accounts of the Phoenix building, anonymous individual donating £8,000? Oh, look, and another individual, 250. Paston College towards equipment for a community cafe to be set up and run by Paston Student College, focusing on older or lonely members of the community. Is it still open? But yeah, there it is. 20,000, 20,100. Okay. The trust received 1,045 in small donations from local businesses. 40,000 from shop sales. The trust also received government COVID-19 support grants via NDC, which is North Norfolk District Council, totaling 22,481. Why did they get a supporting grant for 22,000? Did all the other shops? Or is it because it's a community? Why? Why indeed? Here we go. Right, guys, are you still with me? Good. Any questions from the people that are watching at the moment? Are we all good? You can just type in the little box down there. I'm taking it as it's good to go. Right. So donations. So the government grant for 22,000. Shop sales 40,000, 65. Oh, wrong button. Rent 9,250 for rent. But yeah, in 2020 it went down to 5,000. Light and heating. Insurance, repair and renewals, telephone, advertising, printing, miscellaneous. So yeah, I think they're done pretty well, considering that they don't have. Let me just bring this page back up again. So that one? No, wrong one. Bear with me. Not quite sure how to. Oh, no, that's not working either. Let's see what my cat is up to. Right, so it's actually the other page that we need to go to. So yeah, they're okay. No issues there. So they're roughly keeping 10,000 back on average each year to cover rent. Well, everything that was listed. So that is very transparent as far as I'm concerned. So whatever issues were being suggested on that video clip, who knows? Right, there's 7 trustees. Oh, Bob. Every time your name is always involved. John Witt, or White, not quite sure how to pronounce it. The gentleman that owns both buildings where North Walsham Phoenix Group has moved out to and gone into. That name still is bothering me a bit. So yeah, no issues there. No issues there. It just comes back to this one. Still late. We'll have a look at their last one, just to give you an idea of what their paperwork is normally like. I didn't see on the community shop who does their reports. I know the group that does it with these guys because they get listed. Okay, these names are actually old names. They have been changed. Place of business, it has 3 Marketplace, 12 Marketplace. Since when has there been 2 places? I have missed that information. Now, can anyone tell me if the 3 Marketplace is the address of the this and that shop? I will look at the door number next time I pass, or unless anybody knows, please write it in the comments. Why are these here gone to 2026? Oh, because of 3 years. Right, okay. Okay. I then thought, how can they change that? So they received 121,000. Right, here we go. So this was the end of 2024. Sorry, the beginning of end of 23, beginning of 24. So confusing. Okay, so their rates and water, their electricity, 3,262 pounds. Electricity, insurance, £200. Grants and vouchers. What's that? Is that premises expenses? £291. Oh yeah, the bike. You know, the barista bike, 1,500. I'm guessing that's moved over to the precinct. Van hire. Accountancy and independent examination. Funds brought forward, £84,000. But then when you look at what they have being brought forward, they've always sat on a lot of money. Tangible assets. £232,000. Cash at bank and in hand. Current liabilities. Creditors amount falling due within 1 year. I don't understand that one. Anyone can explain that one? Please do in the comment. General funds, restricted funds. I'm guessing restricted funds is ring fence to do with certain grants that's come in, but that's still 131,000. General funds. The financial statements on page 5 to 8 were approved by the trustees on the 7th of August 2024 and signed on their behalf by Mel Gray. So we really need to find out shop number 3, because I'm guessing 12 is the actual bank number. I know it's sexty. But Marketplace, 3 Marketplace and 12 Marketplace. I didn't know they had registered 2 businesses. Did anybody? A lot of talk has been going on about this and that. And if number 3 is the number of this and that, that would explain quite a lot. That would explain quite a lot. And that would put a lot of people in the right if that is the case. Wowzers. Wowzers. In the meantime, I am perplexed at that, to say the least. Unbelievable. It's amazing what you find when you look. The other thing I would like to look at, give me a second, because it wants me to sign in. Which I can't actually remember at the moment. Right, just bear with me a second. Oh, the AI. Do we need to talk about the AI? Right, bear with me a second, if I can spell properly. Right. Right. Let's just click onto this one. I need to find, it was under live. There you go. That's where we're up to. Right. This is where I'm up to. So the question is, do I now watch it and do I really want to get into this right now? We've been here. What is the time? How are we doing for time? Otherwise, we might have to do this tomorrow. Maybe we could do this tomorrow if we can't do this in time now. I suppose we could do a quick half hour. How are you all for another half an hour? What do you reckon? Right. So So this is where I got up to last night. And oh no, it's gone back to the beginning. It's gone back to, all right. I think one right one. There we go.
Hello. Wave. Yeah, you. So I hear that you've released the statement of the move.
Yes.
Oh, dear.
Right. These two always stand out there, but they're fag breaks. And this is a good place. They always have the shutters down and the door shut. It's like, is there something private going on in there? I don't know. It's supposed to be a coffee shop, isn't it? I don't know. But when these guys are here, I think you can approach them. And I've got questions. And if there's a place where I'm going to approach them, it's going to be outside here. And I guess now it's going to be outside the precinct, isn't it?
Yeah, the PR bit.
Yeah.
So what's happening with the grants and the radio?
The grants that were for the building. Good morning.
Oh, yeah.
The grants that were to bring the building back into use.
Yeah.
The building is in use. That was the whole
What, the
purpose of the
second
grants.
floor? Oh, what, just for this floor?
Yeah, for
And the
this floor
basement?
and it was more about the fire regulations to make sure that we had the fire escapes and everything. Yes. So the building is in use, which is really exciting, isn't it? Because it
Not
means
really.
that...
I've seen the
No?
state of the middle. I've seen the
But
state of the
we
middle
never
floor.
had a grant for that.
But I thought you were renting the whole building because you were even getting money from mine to be on the third floor.
So Mind paid for their renovations on the top floor, yes.
Not through the Phoenix building.
So that was the way that we brought them in, because they don't pay rent to be there.
But they paid it through the Phoenix account.
So we did the work for them so that they could be there.
So the grant, that's where you got the grant money from. So
There
you
wasn't
did
a
the
grant.
third floor.
There wasn't a grant.
So
It
how
was-
did you pay for them to be there?
So the
you
deal-
must have
So they're still there.
I know, but
So
you
the-
must have sorted out that top floor in
Yeah.
decoration and stuff.
We did.
So where did that money come from?
That came from Mind so that they didn't have to pay rent. Yeah, so they had money for capital. So we did the work as
You
part of the
did the
overall
work.
scheme. Yeah.
So I can, under FOI, I can find out that cost, can't I?
Yeah, you can ask
Yeah.
Mind, yeah.
No, Phoenix building as well. If you did
If you
the
really,
work,
if you wanted to, but it's
Yeah.
Mind, it's Mind's work.
but
yeah.
you did the work and they paid
Part
you.
of it, yeah.
Right. That's a good place to start.
Yeah, of course.
Right, thank you, Lucy.
So
The use of grants, because if you're now moving over, what's
hang on, don't get started on that. So they have done the work. So does that mean they did the labour, or the money came through them and they got the contractors to do the work upstairs? So there's still a muddy area. I feel that is still a muddy area. What do you reckon?
still happens to the 20 grand recording studio?
So we will still have, that is not going to be part of the banking hub.
Right, so who does that belong to then?
So the access will still remain.
You see, that's the other thing. This building. So we've lost all our banks, and soon we will be losing Santander. So we've lost Barclays, TSB. We've lost one of the, what do you call them? Because I used to have an account there. No, word's gone. And Santander. And we have a bus that comes in once a week. That's on one of my videos as well, if you look back. I'm talking to the staff and showing the bus off, really. I don't think I went inside. I don't think I needed to go inside. But yeah, this bus comes out. Yeah. On the car park at Vicarage Street. And it's like, why is it over there? That should be coming through town and parked up in the middle of the street. I've been wondering about this question for a long time. But they're now bringing that building into a banking hub where all these different banks are going to have certain days there, or they're going to have their own little desk there. Wait to be seen. I believe Cromer has one. I have not been to Cromer, but I believe Cromer has one. But
So I think what would be really exciting is if we could get a group of people who weren't focused on feeding people like we are. That's our main focus at the moment, is meeting the cost of living crisis with the way that people are presenting, which is...
But that's your agenda, though, isn't
That is her agenda. But how are they funding that? Through the £10 one-off payment grants that you have to pay £2.50 for? So then what's happening with the £2.50?
it? That's
Well, that
your...
was what the charity set up to do. We were really
Right.
excited about the music studio. It would be really exciting if we could get support from the community to bring that to fruition. We got...
You have been given a grant of 20,100 from the community shop that came from the community.
the grant money
Here we
to
go.
get the access, which we've talked about. So that was predominantly with fire access, because building
you-
regulations.
Have you... We're going over old ground again.
Of course.
Have you... Does that mean in this new building, in the precincts, that it's got to happen all over again? Because I've seen workmen in there. So is the cost now
So you've seen
happening all
Bob?
over?
Have you seen Bob in there? He's
I've
one of our
not seen,
trustees
I've
painting.
not seen Bob, but I've seen somebody else with a Scrooge. So they're all doing it voluntary.
Yes.
So how's the money? Where's the money going to come from for what you propose to do with it?
So what do you think,
and
which
how-
work do you think needs doing in there?
Well, how many rooms are you going to access? Because there's a lot of panels that need to be taken down if you're going to open it all up to be a community centre, for instance.
So-
what is your visualisation for this building?
Do you know what the exciting thing will be is when we're open, you can come in and have a look round.
Oh, you're
so
so politic.
no, not at
Lucy,
all, not at all. So
Lucy,
it's not
informing,
politics. It's not politics.
So I don't have to come in
Fine.
hard thinking, where's this money going? Where are you going? Because
So you don't
a
know
lot
the
needs
space,
to
I
change.
think.
I've been in there, Lucy.
Oh, amazing! So you know which spaces we're taking.
The whole floor, Lucy.
Not
that's
that we're not.
what's-
We are not taking the
what's-
whole floor.
So how are you doing it?
They're not taking the whole floor. If you look actually on the Christmas one with the mummers outside the hop, when I had a little walk around as we were waiting for the time before they started, I went for a little walk around and I walked past this place and Mel was in there. They were still doing things in there. They had taken out the glass reception area, so it's a walk-through. The whole place is being done up. So where is that money coming from? Is that coming? You see, that's how I don't understand how they can bring money in to help with the cost of doing the building up for the owner, and now they're moving to another building where it's the same owner, and using the grant money to do this up? Or is it where the £8,000 has come from?
Between the partitioned office
Questions.
layout that's in there.
Questions.
So what we know at the moment is a lot of the people that come in here to deliver services, like the police, for example, or the
What are they
family
going to be
hub.
delivering? What's
So-
that going to be delivered? So there's...
So let me finish. So
Okay.
those people often have confidential conversations where there is no space. We can't offer them space. So there is office space in there where people can move. So
But
when
what
we're
about the
moving...
second-
They have a police station just down Old Yarmouth Road. They have the old listed building that is used as a storage where they could be facilitating these meetings with the public. So you're now charging them to go into this building as rent? You're renting out these rooms as offices for the police?
second floor. Why don't you do this in the second floor?
The
that
top
place
floor.
needs to be a community centre.
So we can't... So the issue we've got here is getting access to any floors above us,
Right, before we go on, sorry, Lucy.
because
Yeah.
we need to pay for a lift to
yeah,
access
but that's
for
for
disabled
mine.
access.
But that's for
even-
mine to get for clients of mine to get upstairs.
No, so even if we're going to use the first floor, we would
but
still
that
need
still
that.
needs to be.
Mind, I was told that Mind paid the Phoenix Group to have the use of that building, and the money that was put up, I think 50,000. But you see, this is where we need the accounts. of 50,000 to put a lift in. There was meant to be a lift put in, and it didn't materialise.
Disabled
Where's the
friendly.
money?
That still
Yeah,
needs to be in
absolutely.
there for people to access Mind on the 3rd floor.
So that's not our responsibility, is it? Do you not think that a structural change
but
to the
yet
building
you
is
are
different?
getting grants to make things better,
We had-
and then on the other hand, you're saying it's not your responsibility.
So we had a grant here to bring this building into use, like many businesses had grants to bring their buildings into use through the same scheme.
and
So we weren't
some
the
of the
only
businesses
one.
are only now learning this, so I'm finding out.
So as far as I'm
So-
aware, everybody was written to. It
Yeah.
predated me being a North Walsham councillor slightly, but we
Well, yeah,
have.
because you knew about it first, but it wasn't really shared about.
I'm not entirely sure. You'll have to ask some of the businesses who accessed the grant how they found about it.
Well, I
So-
have. We've got the Business Association.
So are they people who accessed the grant?
5.
And how did they find out about it?
You tell me.
I don't know.
Well, that's, you see, as a councillor, you should know, because
I
it's then
think-
sorting out how to get communication better in the community.
you-
and
so-
this is one of the downfalls.
So for me, I believe, and I was
Hi, are you
saw
right?
that there was letters that were posted to these businesses that I'm
Mm-hmm.
aware of, and that's how it was found out by the business. But 9 times
and you're
out
aware
of 10,
of that
yeah,
because you were told, not because you
By-
seeked that information out.
I asked the businesses how they were finding out.
Which ones?
The businesses that I knew had accessed the grants.
5, the 5 of them.
Is there only 5 businesses that
Yeah.
access? There is. I don't
Yeah.
think that's true.
Well, in the High Street Matters,
Yeah.
with what happened at the Black Swan,
Yeah.
with Alex,
Yeah.
that was basically the opening, wasn't it, of allowing people to find out more about it, how to access it, what it's for.
Oh no, sorry. These grants were the ones that were done through the HAS scheme.
Yeah, we need to find out more about that, because of that. I mean,
So a lot
the
of the
convenience store. I know the hairdressing shop round the corner. There was a shop down there that accessed this money. I'm hearing about over here somewhere, and it's like
So a
it's
lot
not
was-
actually. It's not actually come through. So does that mean that the owners have kept the money, or is it because they haven't accessed the grant to help improve windows, gutterings, North Walsham?
I don't think that.
You know,
I
you're-
don't think that
you're-
everybody that accessed it used it in the same way. I think some of it was used in way which you probably wouldn't see. So
What's
to
the
bring,
point of that then?
So
it
it
needs
was
to be seen, doesn't it?
Yes, it was to bring buildings back into use as well. So we had a lot of
It's to
accommodation that was
lift North
provided.
Walsham up. I mean,
We're talking about things that happened 4 years ago.
I know, and 4 million on the pavement.
It wasn't all on the pavement.
No,
was it?
no, I will admit that wasn't all on. But the total bill between the project and the HAS, because I remember going to the consultations. I think that's when I first came across Mel. And it was the voice of reason of what was being said at those meetings to what actually has transpired. It's just like boxed up, put away, move on. Same as the town's Wi-Fi, it's boxed up and it's moved on. And it's like these grants.
So which grants are you? Which are the grants that you're chasing now? Because we're talking about
I'm talking about
historic
all,
things.
yeah, because this is what the talk. It's about North Walsham, isn't it?
Okay, so is
So
there
what grants are
something-
coming in that
Okay,
benefits
fantastic.
North Walsham rather than what lines people's pockets? Because there's a lot
That's
of grants
what-
going out, a lot of thousands of grants.
Especially with number 3
Norwich County
Marketplace.
Council, Norfolk County Council are
buildings.
making a lot of decisions of what big money is being spent on, and the prioritising of that big money just seems to be pushed around of this cosmetic look in towns and cities.
Okay. So are you thinking as
and
in the
it's-
government directed grants where the government have got a specific agenda on
I
what the
don't
money has to be
know,
spent
because-
on?
well,
Because this was
because
part
who-
of the Historic England Heritage Action Zone
Yeah,
scheme,
but
wasn't
they
it?
didn't listen, really, did they? I mean, A lot of people have complained about this, about the lack of car park space, what was needed in North Walsham. People spoke and they were ignored, and it still went ahead.
Do you think that people were
That's
ignored
annoying.
fully? Because one of the biggest things that
Because
we
there
were
was money
told.
involved.
So one of the biggest things that we were told here is that people were concerned about the loss of free car parking, in particular shops at potentially this side of town. So the action that
And the
we took,
community.
but the action we took off the back of that was to give the 1 hour free car parking in the car park behind us.
And how many spaces is that?
There's 16 altogether. There's some here and there's some on Vicarage
That's
Street.
that's not enough, is it? Which
But
is
we
why...
we're the only town that gets the 1 hour free car parking spaces in the district council car parks. Nobody else gets it.
Well, don't they get free car parking? Because wasn't it Stellham Council that paid
Yeah,
for the free car
you
parking?
get free car
How
parking.
did that work?
There's-
Why did the council under you, being a district
Yeah,
council,
of course.
have to then pay the district council when the district council already has the pots? Why transfer it out and then transfer it back again?
So what do you mean? Do you mean, so if the town council has paid for free car parking, like the town council here does,
Yeah, you see, this is what I've got to find out more
The
about,
town
because
council
they've
here
got a
does.
licence for a certain amount, haven't
yeah,
they?
they've paid for free car. Anybody, if you wanted to give free car parking
But this
for
is
a
North
day,
Walsham. That's
Yeah.
part of North Walsham Town Council's people's community. That, to me, is a part of North Walsham. That's what is needed for tourism, to people come in on certain days to have the support without it all money being put here, money being put there.
Yeah.
Of just straight on Christmas switch on, can we have car parks free? On Children's Day, when it's something very significant,
yeah.
why can't you
Why can't the district?
why can't you, Lucy, as a district councillor, stand up for North Walsham Better and say, this is what the businesses and the surrounding community would like?
Yes.
Because we want a community, we want shops, we don't want to see this go down the
Okay,
pan.
so I think what you're conflating there is the balance between how we spend the money as a district council, isn't it? That's what you're talking about now.
Why do you
rather
have to
than-
I can't say the word. Why step out of your district council, go back your home. You go back to your home
Yeah.
and how you feel. Well, I'd like to feel about where you were brought up, how the memories were, how fun it was, and every town,
How many councillors right now in the town council do you think are North Walshamers? How many councillors on the North Walsham Town Council do you think even came from Norfolk? Just saying. And they come here. Sounds like the British stand. They come here and they want to change North Walsham, where all the characteristics of them wanting to move here, to retire here, to work here, to bring their family up here, gets lost because they don't have the same attachment. In a little while, she asked if I've always lived in Norfolk. And it made me smile even on that day when she asked, because I'm not narrow-minded. I have travelled the world and I've come back to my home, and yeah.
village, every city, we all have our experiences of our area,
Yeah, of course.
I did this live.
So-
and that is still needed. In
I know.
North
I
Walsham.
think you're right. I think you're right
You
in
know,
that regard.
it's-
There is more that can be done to create a sense of place and community. You're
And it's-
completely
and
right
it's,
with
it's
that.
very simple, because we need a community centre, which a lot of people get confused about with the Phoenix.
If anybody is asking why I'm going on about community centre when we already have a community centre, which Collins Group has the building, I'm also being told that the building needs to be knocked down and rebuilt, and it's a case of, why can't we put the money in and support our community centre? It might help reduce some of the payment of how much it costs renting out for certain groups to be able to use it. It's got multiple rooms. It's not got great car parking anymore because of the bus hub, but let's not go into that one. And if they're going to knock that one down, where would they be thinking of proposing to put another one? Where would the money come from? That just goes off in another route. And it's a case of what the Phoenix Group said. Let me pull that up so you can understand what I mean, where I'm coming from, because of what they right. Am I on the right page? Yes, I'm on the right page. I'm just going to quickly share this screen. Okay. Are you with me? Yay. Right. Let me see if I can find it. It's normally, well, I've seen it on the, right. Let's see what it says. Our vision to create a stronger, brighter and thriving future for the communities and young people in North Walsham. Our mission, we will do this by providing a welcoming, safe, creative, inclusive and flexible community-led space for people in North Walsham to use and help support a variety of local projects. Our purpose to inspire, motivate, encourage and champion the communities and young people of North Walsham. Let's see if I can find. You see, where I normally find this is, just give me a second. Just bear with me. Right. Now, this is where I normally see it. I don't normally go on. Which one are you? Right, here we go. This one. Right. These are the pages that I'm normally hovering around on, the government pages. And here it gives a description of who the charity helps: children, young people, people with disabilities, how the charity helps. This is what I seem to read. So when it comes to what, you see, the relief for those in North Walsham in need by reason of youth, age, ill health, disability, financial hardship or other disadvantage, either generally or individually through the provisions of grants, goods or service. Let me just bring it back to this one. Let me just cancel that. Right, onto that one. So what the use is made for to a community centre, because in the long run, if it does go ahead, and I'm not saying it is, I'm not saying it isn't, but seeing as is already being spoken about in drips and drabs of the current community centre, and it's got great facilities. It's got a bar, it's got a kitchen, it's, like I say, it's got a lot of rooms. We could really occupy that, you know, but at the same time, it's out of the town, same as the park. You know, it's how do we keep it within the town to keep the footfall? So this building that they're moving into, you know, having Guitarly, having the shops around, you know, we could bring the youth in to try and help with the local businesses with the youth, because it's not just about the pensioners, it's about all different ages. but we certainly know through experience with youth that they do need to be having an eye kept on them for safety reasons and stupidity reasons of what they can get up to. Anyway, I feel like I'm going off bloody topic. Right, let's just get. So yeah,
Yeah, so the community
idea
centres in
of
the town
this-
are split, aren't they? So we've got the main community centre in the car park, people who use our space as a community centre, people
But
who use
it's
the
not-
Black Swan as the community centre. There's different
Black Swan is not a community centre. It's a theatre. It's not a community centre.
community spaces for different parts of our community.
So
People use the
teenagers-
church for the community centre. So the youth club that runs here on a Thursday, the Yab Youth Club that runs here on
Where?
a Thursday in the
Here?
Phoenix building, yeah, we've been
On a
running.
Thursday, what's the need? What's the age group? What's the
So
need?
I think they're going, I think it's 13 to 18, 19 possibly, but if you are a young person with additional needs, I think they go up to 25. So that's run by Yab. So they've
Yab.
been running with us, yeah,
YAB.
Youth Advisory Board. So they have been running with us, it feels like a really long time. That's so North Walsham.
Yeah,
so
but
they
it's
run,
Christmas, Lucy.
It's beautiful,
This
isn't
is
it?
this is the spirit of people.
Of
This is what we
course.
all need: is a bit of
A
hope
bit of cheer.
and
A bit of cheer. So the youth club's been running here, I think it's for almost a year now.
Is it big enough? How many people attend?
How many people? So it's anywhere between 2 and I think we had 12 last Thursday.
So are you not pushing it out? Because that's
it's-
quite a low number.
It is. I was surprised by that. So they need more people from Yab to run it because you have to have certain ratios.
More funding. So
They
is
have
there-
funding. They have
from
funding.
from where?
I'm guessing they get their funding from everywhere, don't they?
I don't know.
From the county council, from the government, from
So it's from
fundraising.
taxpayers,
Yeah,
basically.
I would assume so.
So-
So they've been working at the school where they've been recruiting young people to come here. So we have young people from Cromer and North Walsham who attend the Yab here.
So does that include free taxi services for this? How is this being rolled out?
That would have to be a complete question for Yab because I don't know their funding strategies or their methods, but I do know they will bring children here if they can't afford to get here.
So, for instance, they are now going to be over at this new place.
Yeah.
And what's that going to be called?
We're going to hope we can become the Phoenix building over there. I know people have got the old Barclays Bank in the Phoenix building here, so we're hoping
And
that
Mind is still going to be at the top.
Mind is still going to be
What's
here. yeah.
happening with the middle floor? You got to get another grant to get that one sorted.
It's not our building, so once we leave here,
So what are you leasing? Are you just
So
leasing
why
the first floor?
So we were
£121,000?
leasing the entire building,
But you're not now.
but we won't be at the end of this month.
So Mind will leave.
No, Mind are staying here because the agreement remains with the landlord. We've made sure that they're safe here.
So once that agreement expires,
Yep.
that'll no longer be.
Well, that's up to Mind and the landlord, isn't it? We would like them very much to stay. We would very much have
So
liked to
why
take
why
them
isn't
with us.
why isn't it working with them rather than say, well, it's up to the landlord? Again,
So what do you mean by that?
because as a district councillor,
And this
as
is where-
a
this
county
is-
councillor,
yeah,
this
okay.
is the areas that we need someone to fight
So
for,
you're-
to say, stop. And I see it in a lot of councillors. They pass the buck and everything else. It's a simple question of if this is going to be under Phoenix.
So who are you? So
Mind-
which role are you talking to me in now? So I'm
You're a lot of things, Lucy.
I
so
know I
pick
am.
one.
I know.
Pick
I
one.
know. So that's what I'm struggling
Or is it
with
just the
here.
fact that you need to be one or the other?
So
Because your role as district council and county
Okay,
council,
that's
can you
fine.
actually do both jobs?
that's fine. I think that's.
And then there's Mel, who always disappears when I've got the camera out.
Well, he's
Is
trying to
he
be busy.
good enough? Trying to be busy or looking busy?
I think
Is
that's
he-
unfair, isn't it?
I don't know, Lucy.
I think that's unfair.
Why?
I think. If,
I'm criticising him like I'm criticising everything else.
but I don't think we should be criticising anybody in whatever roles they're
You're-
trying to do to
oh,
help
come on,
things.
you're a paid role.
I am in a paid role, but here as a volunteer for the charity.
Your office is in there though, isn't it?
But that's the charity office.
So do you do district and council work?
I do
here?
all kinds of stuff
in an
here,
office. So do you
depending-
charge the Phoenix Group for rent of that office?
What do you mean? What do you mean? So
As a
we
Lib
don't.
Democrat, is the Lib Democrat paying for the office space?
We're not using
like
it
they
in
are,
that way, though, are
But
we?
you just said you're using it as a district and
No,
a
no, no,
county
no, no.
office,
No,
because
no,
you're
no.
doing your work in there as
You've-
well.
So when I'm here in the street right now, I'm doing all of the hats of work. You've come in here and you've spoken to while I've been serving coffee
We've
to
been
people.
outside, actually, mate.
But you've come in there while I've served coffee to people and spoken to me as local councillor. You're very aware that my hats never shift. You're very aware of that, Claire. So I can't.
That's not true.
That's your...
That's not true. You show me one video in all my videos where I have come up to her when she is serving customers. Just pointing that out.
That's your... Is that your perception of me?
I
See,
think
it's trying to narrow
I
it down
think-
between Norfolk County Council, District County Council. You're in both seats,
yes, I am.
and you need to be a bit stronger for people,
So
for
you
what is being said.
So you feel that I'm not representing when I'm saying that as a private entity, Mind has got to do the negotiation with the landlord. You don't feel that I'm representing North Walsham in that, despite making sure that we
You
have
see,
a hub here.
that's where you're leading me off down a different path.
I'm not. I'm
because
just asking for
it's not.
clarity.
The clarity is everything, every single issue that I've just brought up. These are all the issues, and they need to be more adhered to in a way of
Oh, you
being
didn't
able
hear
to
that, did
work for the community and for the people to be able to understand. This is a council-driven charity.
No, it is not.
There's 3 councillors on the trustee plus the town mayor.
But it wasn't. That wasn't how it began.
But
Claire.
it
It is now.
But that isn't. So it was never
So
driven
it is
like
seen
that.
as a political charity that is trying to improve the community with Mind, with the youth group, with having a coffee bar, with having
The pantry.
community pantry.
Family hub, police, all the links. I understand.
Yeah, you're
that,
trying to do that, but it's still.
It's not political though. It genuinely. There's no.
But there's
no
3
political-
councillors and a town mayor on the trustees.
Well, there's-
That's
So what we tend to find here, and as you will be really aware of it, it tends to be the same group of people that do all the bits of things. So the community shop has got people who will do things there in the voluntary and trustee
Yeah.
capacity
But-
that will link everywhere else.
But
so
that's where we are all happy to send our donations, because they raise the money and
they do
donate
amazing
the money.
things. They do
They
amazing
do donate
things.
money in a good way, but some
Fantastic
of their
way.
decisions, because of how politics sit on both trustees, you know, the Phoenix Building got the grant of 20 grand.
Yeah, for the music studio, fantastic.
Which is just a room. I'm still not seen it. Nobody has seen it. You show
that's,
me
that's
pictures.
not, that's not true.
I need
People
to see
have
this.
seen. Okay, and
I
then
need to video this.
so
I need
so
to see it.
will then you help us with the vision of bringing accessible music studio and recording equipment
In a
to the
basement.
town?
With no lift to go upstairs to Mind or downstairs
So,
to the.
so there is nothing that I can say about this, Claire, that you are ever positive about.
So what has happened to the grant? Wait,
That is the point where she should have interjected with, this is the plan of how we're going to rectify that. This is how we're going to get a lift in. Or does it come down to the whole issue of it was never appropriate in the first place? You know, stop saying that I'm not happy about stuff when we're all not happy about stuff, because surely the foresight would have been in a building where it was accessible from the street level to begin with. But in a basement of what the building was as a bank that has so much issues with it, I mean, you look at the videos that I've done, the shorts on the second floor. The stairs is crumbling. Everything is crumbling. There was flooding in on the second floor. I mean, was it really appropriate? You know?
Why hasn't a lift been installed?
Because
why wasn't that
we've
one of the
never-
necessities? Because that would have been flagged up
Okay.
before the appropriateness
So,
of the building.
so no matter what I
feel like
do,
I'm repeating myself.
you are never
Literally.
happy or positive about it
This
in
is-
any of the things that you say. So
because it's
you
trust,
are.
Lucy.
But-
it's trust.
But you come to me in the street. You've come to
Hang on, before we come to that, or you come to me in the street. That grant was given in 2023. We are now in 2026, and there's no recording studio. There's no workable recording studio. You said to me in council last year, with the mayor, with the clerk, with a few other people after the council meeting, with your phone, showing me pictures of a room with 4 walls and a band going in there for a photo shoot. That was it. 20 grand for that. In 3 years, not one person has recorded down there. But then it's also been told to me that there is no recording equipment. They now need to fund recording. Well, what was 20 grand used on for 4 walls? You know, she spoke about getting instruments in. Now, you don't need instruments because normally bands have their own instruments when they go in. So it's just the recording equipment and microphones. But why wasn't that put in with the 20 grand? Does the community really want to do that when they've already given 20 grand, in theory, of donations? Anyway, we're just going to do this last bit, and then I want to call it a day. But yeah, listen to this.
when I've had my son with me.
and
We've
I'm
had
talking to you now,
conversation.
When she had her son with me. Right, that comment. There was one time I was outside the Phoenix building. She was outside and we were having a chat and I wasn't recording. I had my phone. I was able to, but I wasn't. And another gentleman came past who we both knew, had a chat. The lady that does the Big Issue was also there. There was a bit of friction going on. And then this other lady appeared who seemed a bit intoxicated through one thing or another. And you left. You left. And I think it was around that moment of that day where your son walked up, you introduced us, you chatted to him, and then he went inside the Phoenix building. That's the only time I've seen your son, and I didn't record. I wasn't recording on that day. So let's just go back.
That you say. So
because it's
you
trust,
are.
Lucy.
But-
it's trust.
But you come to me in the street. You've come to me when I've had my son with me.
and
We've
I'm
had
talking to you now,
conversations,
Lucy.
and you're telling me that there's a trust.
When she walks past, when I've done the A149, that's also other times.
Issue here.
Yeah, from a counsellor's point of view, from a money point of view, because you also pointed out to me in a chat that you delivered for the well-being. And I still remember what I said to you. I don't want you to fail. And it's about trust. You know, you want to fight for North Walsham. You've got to be a North Walshamer, I'm afraid. You've got to think like a North Walshamer. You've got to think like a North Norfolk person. That's where the trust.
When it becomes political,
But
yes.
it's not political. What's political about having a recording?
Everything is political. I learnt from my father-in-law last month. Even maps are political. He showed me an old map from the early 1920, is it 1921? Show me a map book, because I was looking for Israel and Palestine and Yugoslavia, how Europe has kind of changed over the years. I was looking through all these different maps that he had, and when he turned the page, there was a political, and it says, I will photograph it next time, and it said political map of how Britain is structured within their counties, and that's called political map. So, and I keep getting told everything is political. Health is political. Cars are political. Pensions are political. Police are political. Even though it's not political, everything has to be thrown at me that it's political. And it's like, I don't want to be political either. I want to get things done. That's all.
Studio in the town. I wasn't part of the. I wasn't part of the project
building. It's still a part of the.
Okay. So I wasn't a part. So I wasn't. I wasn't part of the building at that point.
What's that got to do with the grant?
No. So you're saying it's political. So I wasn't part of it. Mal wasn't elected at that point. Bob was on the town council, I believe. We lost the fantastic Paul Oakes from our community when he sadly lost his battle to cancer. He was part of the project, and his partner Annie Abbs was part of the project. It was never a political project, Claire.
But
it
is
was a group
now,
of people.
with three councillors. You've got a district council, a town council, and a town mayor on your books in the trustees.
And on that note, that is where we're going to leave it. If you want to carry on watching it, I will put up the link, which I can certainly do now. I will put up the link, and you are more than welcome to watch the. There you go. Put it in here. Pop it on there. Paste. There you go. It's in chat. If you want to carry on watching it, you watch it. But I have got to carry on watching the rest of it over the next coming few days. There's a few videos that I'm going back over. So I'll probably do the same thing here. So it shows that I'm not going completely mad. In the meantime, Happy New Year to everybody. And let me know what you think. Just write it in the comments. We need to have this conversation. So don't be afraid. It's a safe place. Any shit that goes on in the comments, I'm quite happy to delete. Just fair and partial, impartial, I don't know, whatever you want to do. Political, non-political. Let's just cut through the bullshit and let's just start talking and finding the best way to do things at a better cost level as well. And also, I will keep an eye on the finance with a few councils. And till then, I'll speak to you later. So, cheerio for now.